Welcome to tonight's special holiday edition of Kath and Drew Church Without Borders. Featuring your hosts, Kathy Redwin.
Yeah, got some red coats.
And Drew Garrett, a good Mormon bringing good news. Tonight's episode, a beautiful religious supper recipe to make for your holiday guests. Tonight's episode is brought to you by God, Jesus Christ, the Church of Latter-day Saints, Joseph Smith, and the Kath and Drew Podcast Foundation.
Yeah! How's everybody doing? I've got hot coffee, red Coke.
How are you guys?
Perfect. Already here. Loving it.
Yep.
And we're happy to have this special edition
Absolutely.
episode. Oh, hey,
Absolutely.
Joe?
It's a great joy to be here and to be in front of God and his followers.
Oh, boy. It's
I
exciting.
Truly enjoy it.
It's exciting. I've always wanted to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is going to be a great episode. I'm going to be able to share with you one of my favorite recipes, top notch.
We cooked it last night.
You're going to love it.
You guys are going to love it.
We like to keep things nice, plain, and religious.
Yeah. Well,
that's the main idea.
Oh,
Make sure the supper's religious and it's just got enough to please God. That's all.
100%.
No, nothing more, nothing less. You know, Joe?
You know, you're right. I mean, we need it.
It was an exciting week.
I had a great week.
You know, I thought we had a great episode released yesterday. But today I just woke up. I said, you know what? That I never get to do is go down to the church and see the little youth in their little activities. The church runs a little activity program down there where all the underprivileged kids, you know, we're just training them to be little God soldiers.
Yeah.
You know, they're a little bit underprivileged. They don't have much in their lunch pails, but I tell them, I say, listen, look me in the eyes. You can detassel some corn this summer, and you can make a couple of bucks.
Start working hard.
You give 3/4 of that. That's every three quarters out of 4 that you get. If you give them to me, I'll flip them into the old baby bath pond at the church. And that's giving coins to God. And you know what? Luck's gonna turn around with your family
immediately.
Like 180 really quick.
100%.
I tell them that, and then I hope they're listening. Anyways, I headed down there with my friend Ethel Fitzmaurice. I picked her up this morning.
I know her.
You know, and she was a little late coming to the door.
Why?
Yeah, no. Well, you know, I didn't call her, Drew. I didn't. But I did say to her,
well,
Ethel,
so you showed up?
Close your eyes when you wake up tomorrow. Maybe we'll do something. Maybe we won't. You better guess. You better not. And I showed up. I started knocking on the door. It was,
How would she know? How would anyone know?
And I thought, that's plenty of time for Ethel to get herself in motion and cooking and moving.
Yeah.
So she comes to the door. I say, Ethel, what are you doing? She said, I was sleeping. I said, all day? What do you got? Nothing to do and all day to do it? Put some clothes on. Let's head down to the church youth activity group and let's see what these kids are up to. Let's record an interview and we can put it on the podcast. And I said, Ethel, you can hold my phone and you can do the recording and the interview and I'll talk to the kids. You know, I love kids. I like my nieces and nephews. I'm not sure if I like the other kids, but, you know, they're tolerable. So I just headed down there, foot on the gas, you know.
Yeah.
At one point, I was blowing through stop signs because I said to myself, I said to Ethel, too, right next to me, I said, that'll get us there. Foot on the gas and hands in the sky, baby. And we just rode it. We rode it. You know, like a little bit of a cloud just on the way. Boop. All of a sudden, eyes open. We're in the church parking lot. I said, see?
Lucky.
You pay attention to God. He keeps you wrapped up in his arms.
That's
she said, this is getting
more luck than not,
outrageous
Kath.
hanging out with you. I said, Ethel, hold the camera. We're going inside. You know, it was good. It was a good day. But anyways, you know, I want to play the interview for you, Drew, because I really felt
I'd love to hear it.
we got through to some kids.
Perfect.
Okay? So, here it is. Linda, grab the USB that I gave you earlier.
Oh, you saved it on a
that one, out of my
phone
purse.
to USB.
Donnie, out of my purse. Yep, that one, Linda.
Why is your brother going in your
Okay,
purse?
let's pop it in. All right, so without further ado,
Okay.
this is me
Let's hear it.
Ethel doing the recording interview with the church youth activity group today.
Perfect.
All right, we're going to play it. Go ahead. Ethel, hold the camera.
Dad,
Hold it.
I'm hungry.
Yeah. Hold it right.
Dad,
You got it upside down.
Daddy,
Jesus Christ, Ethel, let me see the goddamn.
I'm hungry.
Flip it. Yeah. Well, landscape.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alex, you want to
Okay.
play? Alex.
Hi, everybody. It's Kath Renwick here. I'm down at the church on Maple Street. And, the kids are out here. You know, they're a lot of them are flipping basketballs into the old
Dad, watch.
Uh,
Dad, watch the
pouches
shot.
there. And we got a lot of people doing coloring, a couple of finger paints and all that. So, it's pretty good. Pretty good. So,
Dad,
let's see if we can grab one of these kids off to the side here and ask them all about God. Okay. Let's see here. How about this one? Hey! Hello!
Ow!
Come here,
What?
you little heathen. Hi!
Ow.
Hi! How are ya?
Hi.
I'm Kathy. Yeah.
Hi,
You
I'm.
recognize me from church?
Yeah, you're the lady that asks everybody to give their coins to God.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. I tell them to flip them. That's
Yeah.
all about that. Yeah. Do you have any coins in your pocket?
No, I'm only 7.
Oh. Wow, honey, you're starting behind the starting line.
What do you
We thought,
mean?
but- okay.
Let my
So,
shirt
what are
go.
you doing out here? Like, how is it bringing you closer to God?
I'm just trying to have fun. My dad says I'm a super fast runner when I wear his running shoes, so I put on his running shoes today, and I was running around the whole house, and my mom was like, "You're gonna get hurt, Nathan," and
Okay.
it's so much
but
fun.
Anyways, how are you close to God right now, honey? Are you giving everything you can to God? Are you making
What?
sure that God is number one? Are you writing about God in your dream journals? What are you doing?
I just like to play basketball with
Oh.
my friends. But I'm a really fast runner. My dad says I'm fast.
Tells you
I can run really fast. Do you want to see me run? I have my dad's shoes on.
Yeah, well, you know what? How about you? Yeah, I would. How about you go run away?
Okay.
Okay. Well,
This lady.
that's probably all the time we have for this interview, so we'll make sure that we get to the kids next week, maybe a couple weeks from now. This is Kat signing off from Interviews at the Church.
Wow.
Yeah, decent.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
Joe.
mean, not bad. I mean, the
You know,
kids
I think-
seemed
I
a little
think,
lost,
you know,
but
Once
No.
I'm there more and I'm discussing things with kids more, I think they'll open up a little more. You can see that particular
Yeah.
kid, you know, I don't know if he was
he
normal.
sounds, yeah,
in any way. I don't know him. I don't know him.
homeschooled
I don't
most
know his
likely.
parents either. I know his parents don't flip a lot of coins into the wallet or into the baby bath. I
There
do
you
know
go.
that. You
There
know,
you
if they
go.
don't got it, don't show up.
Yeah,
you know?
don't take
I don't know.
part
I
in
don't wanna-
something
I
you
don't
can't
wanna
be a
get
part
into
of.
that, but anyways,
I'm with you, Kathy. but-
so super exciting time right now.
oh yes, religious.
We are
supper
going to get
recipe.
ready for the religious supper recipe. You know, this is a great one, Drew. I
I
loved taking
cannot
this segment. I
wait
had
for
the
them to hear
camera
it.
crew. I had Linda, Donnie, Harry. I had everybody in my kitchen around me earlier. It was wonderful, and I
Awesome.
cooked a wonderful religious supper. And I
Wonderful.
am so happy to share it with you guys this week. You
It's
know,
a blessed
I'm
supper,
super
everyone.
stoked.
It is blessed,
Ladies
by
and
God.
gentlemen, without further ado, Kath and Drew,
Enjoy.
religious supper recipe. Kath and Drew, religious supper in your tummy, babe. Get some religious supper recipes.
Religious supper recipes.
It's some religious supper, baby. Religious supper in your tummy right now. Give me the red cokes. Give me the plain apple pie. Give me the red cokes. Give me the plain potato pie. Oh, baby. How you guys doing? I'm so happy to have this. Is the first time I get to share with you a recipe of mine, one of my favorite ones. You know, you don't gotta be fancy. That's the number one thing that I want to get out to you guys. You don't gotta get, all this stuff like, 3, 4, 5 course meals and break your backs over just to feed your families. Don't do that. Don't do it. They don't deserve it anyways. Let's get to it. As you can hear, I've got my boiling water going. I've got 2 nice size stock pots. Okay, perfect. You go to the bathtub because it's quicker to fill them up that way because the water comes out a lot quicker. So run to the bathtub, take your stock pots with you, put them under the bathtub, turn it on hot, let it fill it up. You want to go about 75% full. Okay, and then just put them on your stove after and start to boil it, okay? That's the nice, simple start to the process. Okay, now, what are we having? So, what we're having is a nice, wonderful boiled chicken with boiled mashed potatoes, okay? And we're gonna top that off with a little bit of red Coke to wash it down. And then we're gonna make sure that we have a nice red Coke coated toast for dessert. Okay? So, first thing we wanna do is we wanna wrestle these potatoes and get them a little bit, soft. So, we're gonna grab the potatoes here. I've got a potato in my hand. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to bang it off of the cutting board as much as we can. We don't want to break the skin. You just want to, mush it a little bit. Don't break the skin, though. Okay? Don't do that. So we're going to do this to about maybe 14 different potatoes. And I've already started the first 10. So this should be pretty easy here. We got one more potato. Okay, they're mushed. They're mushy, and they still got the skin on them. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the potatoes, and we're going to dump them right into the first stock pot here. So I'm just going to hang this over here. I got them all in a basket. And I'm just going to dump them right in the stock pot. And here we go. Just right in. Oh, perfect. Okay. Now, we've got to get to the meat. We've got to get meat in our tummies. God always wanted meat in our tummies. I prefer to have a nice plain roast beef. No pepper, no salt, no nonsense. That's what I prefer. But you don't always have to be hooked on the roast beef. I've had a lot of family members come up to me. My brother Harry, my nephew Jimmy, my brother Donnie, my nephew Aaron. They all come up to me and they all say, what's with the roast beef? Is there an obsession with the roast beef? And there's not. I got a lot of different stuff. So this is a little bit for them as well to see that there's a lot of different stuff out there. So I went and found a beautiful plain whole chicken. You don't gotta be special about it. All these guys that tell you, oh, free range, antibiotic chicken, it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Go to the grocery store, find the one that's the skinniest one. It doesn't need to have big breasts or anything like that. Okay, let's get that one. And now we want to find a boil bag. Okay, so a nice boil bag would probably be the ones from, the ones that zip up, the Ziploc ones, the big ones. You want to find a bigger one. But, we don't always have one around, so, we can use the same bag that we got from the grocery store. So we take that, it's just a normal grocery store bag. We're gonna throw chicken in there, and all we're gonna do is just tie that up really good. All right. Oh, you know what? You know what we want to do before we tie that up? You just want to pop a Red Coke open and just, pour it into the bag. Just pour it into the bag there, best you can. And that's gonna saute it, and it's gonna glaze it. Take a drink out of the Red Coke when you're done. Get that in your tummy, and you know what? Don't be afraid. Hey, Rosie. Don't be afraid. If you've got a pet at home and you've got a little bit of Red Coke left, just don't be afraid. Grab the water dish. Right in there. Making sure that she stays healthy and the vet bills stay down. Okay. So now, we got the chicken in the bag. Okay. And all we're going to do is just put that in the water nice and softly. Okay, you don't want to splash. And then we're just going to let that boil for the next 45 minutes. Maybe 55 minutes, around there, around an hour. Let it boil for an hour. Let the potatoes simmer. Don't worry about stirring. At this point, all the hard work is done. You may as well just grab the good book, crack it open, and just start flipping coins into the air outside on your porch. I'm telling you, this is a cook-itself type meal, okay? And then we're going to, after 50 minutes, we're going to check on it, and you're going to see that the potatoes and the water have really fluffed into a cloud of almost like mushy, soapy water type something. And that's perfect. Now what you want to do is you want to grab a smaller lid to that stock pot, and you want just one that'll fit just inside it. And now you just want to smush it down. So you're just going to push it down and let all the stuff squish out, okay? Into the stock pot. Now you've got good mashed potatoes, and they're plain. They're perfect. Okay? So, you're going to put that on a nice serving platter, and then you're going to grab the chicken out of the boil bag after about 55 minutes to maybe an hour 15. Let it boil in there. If you've used the grocery store bag like me, you're going to see that a lot of it is now thinner, so you got to make sure that it doesn't rip when you're pulling it out. And you want to make sure that when you pull the bag off, everything's boiled properly. You don't have any more bag, nothing stays on the chicken. Don't worry about salt and pepper. Chickens have had enough salt and enough pepper their entire lives on the farm that you don't need to be adding to that mix. They've got enough of it inside. Enough. God wanted you to eat it this way. This is how you have to do it. Okay? So, then we're going to put that on a serving platter. Make sure you got Red Cokes out. And now dessert. Okay? So for dessert, it's really simple. You're going to grab a nice bag of Wonder Bread, any your favorite bagged bread that can last really long time, because you don't want to buy the bread that it's going to expire in 2-3 days. You might not use it. So buy the stuff that lasts the longest. Okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pour a little bit of red Coke on top of our butter, just like this. Just on top of the butter. Okay, we're gonna pour that on there. And then we're going to put the butter in a bowl. And then we're gonna march it on over to the microwave. And we're gonna just put it in for about 10 seconds. Just enough where we're gonna melt that all together. And get a little brush out, like a turkey baster brush. And as soon as that toast pops, you're gonna butter it with that Coke butter. And it's gonna be a little treaty. It's a little treat for the kids and the adults. You know, I haven't had any complaints whatsoever anytime I've ever cooked this for any one of my friends, Ethel included. So, that's pretty much it. That's the wonderful boiled chicken and mashed potatoes that were boiled in a big stock pot dinner. It's extremely religious. On a religious supper scale out of 10, it's 8.5 out of 10. And that's the scale that I've developed. I've got a book coming out that can back all that up as well. So, thank you guys for tuning in this special episode. We were so happy to have you do so. And God bless your little hearts. And we're going to see you next Sunday. Absolutely. Right after church. Yeah. Grab a few red Cokes, toss them up in the air, and flip them into your lips and get them down into your tummy. Have a great night. We love you. Jesus loves you, and I love you too.